scientists across the planet believe that the last of these creatures roamed to the Earth millions of years ago. But as it turns out, this species is all but extinct. Get back. Get back. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. You can eat and fucking die. One has to be careful when coming in contact with these creatures. A single wrong step, and you might just become their next lunch. Get back. Get back. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Die. You can eat and fucking
All right. Well, I think it's time to start this whole shindig and start a party.
I think so, but I'm afraid I have Samhainophobia.
Samhainophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The fear of small children with sack masks that are going to kill you because of Halloween tropes. Let's do this.
Distance nerding.
He's frozen. Oh wait,
That would be fine if I were. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is another fine Thursday. We are here. It is time to build fun stuff and talk to fun people. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the build. We are here. Got another great guest. One right up Graveyard's alley.
I have an alley.
It's in the back of the building.
Okay.
Usually where what was his name? What's Michael Myers' name? Like his monster name? He's got a monster name.
The Shape.
The Shape. That's it. It's the alley where the Shape kills you.
Oh, I thought it's where we drop off people at the local Burger King.
There's that too.
Mm-hmm.
what is it? You rule, whatever. I don't know.
Well, it's the favorite place of the BK Killer.
Bev. God. And then somehow we bring in BTK and ADT gets involved and weirdness. I know I see it too, guys. Got the wrong light on right now. And
How many lights do you have?
Like 17.
That's about 16 too many.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday. We are here. It is time for all of the fun. Before we jump into introducing the guests and everything like that, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by all the good folks over at Dubby. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Ladies and gentlemen, it is delicious. It is the thing to do to get, delicious energy.
Well, I mean, if you really want to, just throw it into your Halloween punch tomorrow and get everyone high.
I might do that. And throw in a little bit of rum. It's going to be fucking grand. Well, oh, God. It's going to be so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm giving out full-size candy bars. I know that sucks for you because you don't like chocolate, but still.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to make the 2,100-mile drive to get the full-size candy bar, but
right.
We'll see.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Driving all the way from Chicago to Sacramento. It's going to be great. It's not like you can take Route 66 to Santa Barbara and then come all the way back up, or Santa Monica, whatever. I don't know. Starts off somewhere up there. Ladies and gentlemen, I am already ranting. Let's jump into this. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, nerds. Tonight, we're diving deep into the unearthly side of comics. Our guest is the creative chaos engine behind Unearthly Comics, the mind who gave us Gatorman Kills, Stilettos, and a whole lineup of pulpy grindhouse greatness. He's part storyteller, part hype machine, and all heart for indie comics. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the unearthly one himself. It's Nick Edwards.
That is like the nicest intro anybody has. That's like the nicest things anyone's ever said about me, by the way. That was cool. Thanks a lot. What's going on, guys?
How are you doing, man? How is life treating you?
Never better. Just hanging out, taking it one day at a time. I live in New York City, and so we're getting some floods today, which is fun. But yeah, some flash floods, but I live on the second floor, so it's good for me.
There you go. That's all that matters, right? You can just jump out your window and go swimming. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it. I live right by the Hudson River. The water's super clean. It's like really good for you. It gets on your skin. So yeah, it's all good.
Notoriously great water for you. Just it's so good to go take a dive in the Hudson.
Oh, people just drink it straight from the river.
Yeah,
you just fill up a cup and do it. You'll get like Spider-Man powers or whatever. It's awesome.
That's how Spider-Man actually got his powers. It wasn't a spider coming down, a radioactive spider, and biting him. It was he jumped in the Hudson River and drank the water.
He took a swim in the Hudson and became the crime fighter that we all know and love.
Right. That's how the Hulk actually got his nuclear
the gamma rays. The Hudson River is like 40% gamma radiation.
I mean, you're also missing the obvious joke because of all the people that the mafia dumps in there, they're all sleeping with the fishes. See, so Aquaman clearly got his powers from there.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in there. You see him sometimes. Everybody talks about the Spider-Man sightings, or I live in Hell's Kitchen, so like we're always looking out for Daredevil. But man, Aquaman is out there in the Hudson talking to those weird fish.
Fun fact: the acid that was in the cans or like the barrels that broke and blinded him and gave him his powers. It's just water from the Hudson.
It's That's it. Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Oh man, this is amazing. So before we get into talking about you and everything else that you've done and everything like that, we've got a question on the show. We've got a segment on the show called Growing Up Geeky. What did you geek out on when you were a kid?
Oh man. So my parent, I got into comics when my parents, they would take me and my sister to Half Price Books, and they had they would have these like bundles of just like old back issues that were like 20 random back issues they'd be selling for like $4. And I just remember like every time I would just like get one of those bundles and like tear it open, and like you know, is how I started collecting comics, right? So, but like there were so many great old comics in there. So like, and I really, though, I got hooked on X-Men. And so I was watching like the X-Men animated series on Fox Kids. I bought some bootleg DVDs of it, like from some like seller online somewhere, and like we just watch the whole thing over and over. So really, like, yeah, superhero comics from the start, really, from like the crib, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that Xavier is just, you know, mainlining all the Hudson River into his students.
Exactly. That's how it starts. Yeah. Now he's
Yeah. So X-Men. Yeah, X-Men's. I love X-Men. I grew up in an animated series. I also, at one point in time, went on eBay and bought all those burnt DVDs of the animated series.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it was so good, and like that era, and like that, you know, how those characters like looked and everything like that. And then, you know, how you had like the Jim Lee comics coming out at the same time. Like I just always think those are like the best, like most iconic looks for those characters. That's how like I like when somebody talks about like Rogue, you know, I see like animated series like Jim Lee Rogue, and
so not black leather is what you say.
You know, man, I get it. I guess like they had to kind of like water it down, you know, back in the day. I am happy though now. Like I wish I could go back in time and tell young Nick, like after watching like Deadpool and Wolverine, like, dude, you're gonna get the Wolverine mask. Like you're like eventually you will get there. It gets better, I promise.
It's funny because on our Tuesday show, I went on this pretty angry rant that I'm pretty sure is going to end up becoming a reel. But I mean, like, I was talking about like, you know, how Hollywood just does not understand what fans want. And a clear example is X-Men, because they're like, oh yeah, no, we got to make it something that everybody will love. And then, you know, lo and behold, years later, you know what everybody wanted? Wolverine in the fucking yellow costume.
Right. You
the
know,
only way you can make it better is if we get the fucking Burn costume, and that'll be it.
You know, I'm a brown and tan supremacist until the day I die.
Yeah,
I think it's great. We got it for like 2 seconds in that movie. We did get the McFarlane cover of him having the Hulk in his claws.
Yeah.
That movie was like fan service, the movie, but in this case, like I was the fan, so like I totally get. It's just like IP jingly keys, right? Like, look over here. Here's Channing Tatum as Gambit, you know. But like, I was still having a great time.
Oh my god! And Channing Tatum's Gambit, like, so I went into this thinking like, okay, I'm telling you, we're gonna get Channing Tatum's Gambit. I knew that was gonna happen, but I was like, I think it's gonna be good. And as much as everybody was like complaining about how they thought it was gonna be bad, and it's like, oh yeah, we don't want Channing Tatum as Gambit. I was like, I don't know. He's from New Orleans. He knows how to make fun of Cajun people. I think he's going to do a good job. Lo and behold, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was fun. He was fun.
Well,
I liked him. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said, do you think we'll ever get, since X-Men 97 came out, do you think we'll ever get the name's Gambit, remember it moment from Channing Tatum's Gambit?
That would be awesome. That would be cool. I think that would be a nice little like wink wink nudge to like, you know, just fans of the IP. I loved X-Men 97.
Yeah, same.
It was like, because, you know, like the animated series, right? So then when they announced they were bringing it back, like I went and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. Like I'll check it out. I'm sure it'll be fine. And it was so much better than I was expecting. It was like really, really good.
Agreed.
And yeah, that Gambit moment was like just fucking righteous. It was awesome.
Yeah, we broke down every episode of X-Men 97 last year week
Nice.
by week, just because it was such a great show. I really enjoy X-Men an awful lot. So
Sweet.
it's kind of like the comic. Spider-Man and X-Men are kind of like my comics. I love to no end.
Right.
Cool. Cool. They gave us the Fatal Attractions moment. We got it. I stood up when that happened. I like stood up out of my seat. I was like, yes, dude. Like they gave it to us. It was cool.
Yeah.
Just the amount of comic book moments that we got out of this movie were amazing. Or out of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was cool how, they kind of and the animated series of this too is like they took, decades worth of great stories and like great moments and just kind of like mixed them all together, and like just put them in a blender. And I think like what the result was like actually pretty good, I think. And because you can't touch on everything because that shit is insane. Like, if you try to explain like X-Men lore to like a normie, like you will sound unhinged. Like it's impossible to do.
So there's these people. They live in sewers. They're the Morlock.
Yep. And you become their leader in a knife fight. And they're not like the X-Men because they're ugly. Yeah.
Fast forward, Magneto lives on a rock.
For sure. In space.
In space.
Yeah. Of course.
And Charles Xavier's attracted to alien bird people.
Yes. Yeah.
Charles Xavier is going to have a problematic fling. It's gonna happen. That guy's out of control.
Charles Xavier is the guy known for sticking it in the cloaca. It's a little weird, but it's what he does.
That's what he does. Funny thing about Professor X is like the Patrick Stewart performance is so iconic and so good that like everybody forgets that like Charles Xavier's a New Yorker.
Yep.
Like he's from New York State. Like and everybody just like even when I read him now, like I hear Stewart's voice and like think like, oh, this, and then James McAvoy in those movies, like, oh, this English guy. But no, man, he's a New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's got this aristocracy, like aristocratic kind of thing, just mainly because he's from upstate Connecticut. So, or he lives in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess, Nick, before we go into the meat and potatoes of your work, what is the most iconic X-Men comic scene that you want to see in the movie they haven't done yet?
Oh man. So I do feel like the Fatal Attractions moment is like the iconic X-Men moment. Like I think it's so awesome. And they kind of gave it to us in Days of Future Past. Not really, but like sort of. I thought that was really cool. The moment that I just want to see, honestly, more than anything, I wanted to see it as a little kid, is Wolverine fighting the Hulk. That's it. Like and eventually we're gonna get it, and I want to see him like clawing up the Hulk's back with like his claws. I want it. I need it, and like we're gonna get there. They gave us that one little tease in Deadpool and Wolverine, and I fist pumped in the theater. But like it just eventually we're going to get there, and. Yeah,
I was gonna say. So Feige has also said that he wants that scene live action. So I think it's gonna happen just because Kevin Feige has said straight up, like I want to do this scene. Like this is one of his big things. He was saying the last we heard is that they want to recreate specifically that scene in one of the newer movies coming up. So we may be getting it sooner than we think.
That would be great. I'll be there. You've got my money. You know what to do.
We'll probably see it in Secret Wars, some version of it.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
I would love Hugh Jackman in the role. He's great. He's been great for like almost 20 years, probably more than 20 years now, right? He's great in the role. It's time to get somebody else in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, I want somebody and they made it look silly in Deadpool and Wolverine. I want a short guy in there. And I like, it doesn't have to look dumb. It's just, he's Sabretooth calls him Run. Right. Yep. And so like, he's got to like, that's his whole thing is like, he won't back down from guys that are like way bigger than him. And I want that.
Yeah. Phil knows my favorite moment that I want to happen. I've been pitching this for like, I think 2 years now, since Secret Wars has been announced, that I want the end of Secret Wars to end with a camera in space This just says Mojo World, as Mojo broadcasts the entire Secret Wars.
I want, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Mojo and like that whole corner of the world it's always fun. It's always a good time. It's a good excuse to like be meta, you know. Yeah, that's cool. I'm in already. You sold me.
I've been telling Kevin all this time for 2 years to make it happen. We'll
get
see.
Feige on the phone.
I know.
We can help you, Kevin.
And if there is Battle World that exists that we get in Secret Wars, I want the X-Men to be in the Savage Land.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that would be crazy. That would be pretty cool.
No, mind blown, right?
Yeah, that would be cool. I do think that we are getting to a point, and I felt this way about the new Superman movie, that like Hollywood is becoming less afraid to lean more into the fantastical and ridiculous, like the innate just ridiculousness of these stories.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, we're not trying to pretend like we're even in a remotely real world anymore, because these are fantasy stories, right? And so I just see that as kind of like a trend that's happening, and I think it's a good thing.
For sure.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot more Kirby than we would have, 10 years ago, and it's great. I'm all for all the Kirby. Give me all of the weird Kirby shit in comics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, the weirder the better.
For sure. So Nick, besides obviously X-Men and stuff like that,
yeah.
what other influences you had kind of that like led you into writing?
Well, I always wanted to be a writer, honestly. It's like cliche to say, but it's true. When I was a kid, I would write and poorly draw my own comics. Like my dad would help me like staple them together and everything. It was something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to tell stories. And so really I kind of felt like I didn't really have a choice. And then, I had always, because I have like another job, right, that actually pays me some money, and like, so just like life kind of always got in the way. And then, COVID happened, and I just ran out of excuses. And I was like, it's something I've always wanted to do. Like, let's try to make it happen. And so far it's been a lot of fun, man. It's been really great.
Yeah. We've talked to a lot of people, and COVID seemed to be where most people's art came out that had been kind of laying dormant for a lot of people for many, many years, myself included. And it's just because we had nothing else to do. So what do? You be creative. How do you do stuff? And this is already stemmed from all the COVID stuff, because it was distancing ourselves.
And it felt good to make something too, right? Like keep yourself busy making something in some way. Some people baked bread and did whatever. But yeah, it felt good to do that too.
Yeah. I can say I never baked a loaf of bread during COVID. So.
Me neither. I just kind of was pulling that one out from what I saw, but I actually did not do that once.
I think my wife might have done it once.
Jackie seems like she would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think my wife did either. I don't know. I'm not a big bread person, so I never got into it. So
I love bread. I'm like Oprah from that one Weight Watchers commercial she did. I love bread. That's me. I feel like every time I see that commercial, I'm like, yes, Oprah, me too.
Yas queen.
Yas queen to Oprah. Yeah, totally.
So obviously you dive into horror and Bob and Grindhouse and stuff. Was that also something you nerded out on as a kid?
I like horror was probably something I got into more like when I was in high school. But like I kind of like that time for me, I think was like a golden age of like bad horror. So like I graduated from high school in 2011. So, like what was 4 years before that, like 2007. So like, the late aughts was like, I don't know, everything was like getting rebooted, and it was like, a lot of it was like really like bad and fun to watch with friends. And some cool stuff, came out around that time too. But really so the horror stuff was a little later for sure. But then I became a super fan, and I like it a lot.
what was the movie that kind of hooked you into the genre? Do you recall?
Oh man, that is so like for this is it's gonna be like so dumb and weird and specific, but there was this movie I watched it at like a friend's house, like at like a big like group sleepover at like 2 in the morning. It was Darkness Falls.
Hmm.
And it, like I think it's like Scary Tooth Fairy or something like that was like the thing, the bad thing in the movie. And like I just remember, and it's like not even like it's not a great movie. It's not very
Correct.
good, but like I just remember like having so much fun watching it with my friends. Then I was like like 14, and so then I just like started looking into it. The first like, and then I started just like going back watching like old classic stuff like that, like like the greats, like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street,
like some of these guys, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chucky, Michael.
Exactly. All the greats. Yeah, and and then I just there's a lot of like really weird horror out there too that I've just like I love it all. Yeah.
I think you would actually probably like his other show.
Oh yeah.
He has another show called They Mostly Pot Out at Night. Mostly.
Yep.
And it is basically them doing horror reviews for bad horror movies.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That sounds perfect. I'll check it out.
Yeah, we just recorded our 166th episode.
Oh, dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
It's releasing tomorrow. It's about Night of the Demons.
I haven't seen the one.
They're really bad. It's
sweet.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Awesome. That's cool. Which one did you like the best? Oh,
the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. The other ones became 90s mainstream pieces of crap, so
it's good to keep that like grit of like something you make when nobody knows about you, like that's when you're getting real art in there, and that's just awesome.
Yeah. It's fun stuff, and like I said, especially with Gator Man, you're able to see your grindhouse roots shown in there, right? Essentially, you said it's Con Air meets Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. So Gatorman Kills was actually, so I met my buddy who's a very close friend of mine, and we co-run Unearthly Comics together. His name is Scott Beecher. He drew Gatorman Kills, and I met him right before COVID, and the Gatorman character was actually his idea, and he was running Unearthly for a few years before we ever met, and we met at a comic convention, and he pitched me just basically on the character. He had like drawn a few pages, like in his story. He had like a rough outline of like a story and everything, but nothing really scripted. But he just had this like very clear vision of like this character and what he was all about, this like slasher character, Gatorman. And I was hooked immediately, and it started out as kind of like a pandemic project. Gatorman Kills did, and then it turned into our first collaboration together. He asked me to come on with Unearthly full time. And that was great. It was a super fun book to write, and he was an awesome guy to collaborate with.
Yeah, when you're writing, did you go back and have to rewatch different like the full franchises or anything like that for the grindhouse exploitation feel?
One thing that I did was, and one thing that we really, if you read the book, there's like this big mansion in the swamp where like most of the plot takes place, and it's very creepy and like reclaimed by the swamp and all that. And we really kind of modeled that setting after, if you guys have played any of the Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 7 specifically, with that like crazy family in there. And like they're in like this like really creepy old house. So like based a lot of like the setting on that and everything. But to answer your question, I rewatched like because he originally pitched it to me as Con Air meets the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like that was his pitch. So I, had to rewatch those, and those are 2 greats, Texas Chainsaw Massacre the original does a really awesome job of capturing the worst vibes imaginable. Like it's like a pretty freaky movie, but you also like I don't know. Don't watch it if you're like trying to go do something fun. Like it is like it will weird you out and leave you in a weird place after you finish watching it. And I love it so much.
Dude,
but-
okay, so here's an experience to have. I had this experience by accident. Watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre with no audio.
okay.
I
How
watched
did
it with
that
no-
happen?
So when you watch it with no audio, you realize that movie is absolutely not scary. Because what it is without all the sound hits, without all the audio and everything, you see the Hollywood of it and you see the magic of it. And again, it was an accident that I watched it that way. And it was one of those things that it kind of changed my mind on horror for like the longest time, because it was a rewatch. I was watching it with a buddy. Something happened with the audio and I just kept watching it that way, and it was like, this movie is not scary when there's no audio.
That's interesting.
And it made me appreciate horror movies more, but also made me appreciate the process of making movies that much
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. I grew up with a friend whose mom was Hispanic, and she rented movies in Spanish.
Yes.
I remember in the 90s watching Ghostbusters in Spanish and
Nice.
just going, I've like watched Ghostbusters 100 times at that point in time. So I kind of like, that was my first foray into translations of it. It does take a different tone, because nothing against the voice actors that did the dubbing for it, but they just don't hit the same sarcastic tones in it.
Never. And this is coming from somebody who grew up in one of those households. So they never got the right tone. It's very rare that you watch something that is translated into another language that captivates the same tone.
I mean, subs over dubs all day. Let's be real. What a dub that was really, really bad, I thought, was, and I've only watched the first season, but the first season of Squid Game, I watched the first episode with some friends who all wanted to watch it dubbed over, and it was like the English voice acting was really like bad and really like cheesy, and it like really disrupted the viewing experience of the whole thing. And so then I went and rewatched it again later, just with the original Korean dialogue, and it was like night and day. I was like, oh wow, this is a much better show than I gave it credit for. So really bad dub there.
Yeah.
You know which one I always go to with that, because like I always feel like I'm not the opposite, but like I feel like it depends on the property, right? So like certain properties I prefer dubbed, and some I prefer subbed. The biggest example is One Punch Man. One Punch Man, I absolutely cannot watch in English, because the voice acting does not convey the same like the same feeling in general. Because in Japanese, it's very like Saitama is very he's clueless more than anything. Whereas in the English version, they made him sound more lazy. So it's like, I'm a hero for hire. But then if you listen to the Japanese version, he's more just like, he just almost doesn't know what's going on. He looks like Forrest Gump.
Interesting.
Right?
What if Forrest Gump was the most powerful superhero in the world?
Maybe he is.
Oh, and I cannot wait. Season 3 is coming out, but I cannot wait for them to get to the part of the manga where they explain what how the universe works. Because again, remember, the show is a satire on anime in general. So yeah, when they get to the explainer, it's absolutely hilarious.
I had a buddy who introduced me to One Punch Man a couple years ago, and I think we watched like probably the first 3 or 4 episodes. And I definitely respect it, but I'm just like kind of a very casual anime fan.
Mhm.
And I had heard of it, of course. It's like super popular, and I've seen
Mhm.
like the art and stuff online, and thought it was like really good. But I had never like watched it, and I didn't realize that it was a comedy and it was a like a spoof essentially.
Right.
And that I think that's really cool. I just didn't realize that was the whole thing behind it. It was neat.
I must be the old man here. I know I am, but I watched Godzilla and Mothra and all that stuff dubbed. So that's how I watch my stuff is dubbed, because I think it's the bad voice acting really makes the thing better.
A certain charm, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Did
yeah.
you guys ever see a movie called Kung Pao?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, dude. It like the bad dubbing is all part of it. That I love that movie. Movie's
So
hilarious.
upset they never made the sequel to that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We were robbed.
He's talked about it recently, but who knows? There's a whole problem with the lawsuits and all that stuff. People just were weird about it.
Well, the original copyright holder was pissed at what they did with the movie. So
Mhm.
Which, whatever.
Yeah, it happens for sure. But yeah, it's just great stuff. Now, I know you also wrote something called Stilettos, right? And that's
Yes.
a Promising Young Woman meets the most dangerous game. How'd you balance the commentary and grit in there?
That's a really great question. So I mean, I feel like writing that book, there was a very clear message and a very clear sense of which characters in the book might be right and which ones might be wrong. I described Stilettos very much as like a monster book, and I think that to me, writing it, who the monsters were very clear.
Mhm.
We finished the book. I had written the script a few years ago, in like 2022, I think, and we finally put the finishing touches on the book and sent it off to print in November of 2024, which is pretty interesting. Stuff happened in our country at that time. Most we had a lot of people vote for a convicted felon and an adjudicated rapist to become president,
right.
which is crazy. But that made me kind of afraid that like, the monsters in this script and this story are very, very clear to me, but it might not. Like, I would hope they would be clear to anybody who picked up the book, but maybe not. I don't know. So I did, though. I wanted to write a story where where bad things happen to bad people, and that there is a very much a sense of like payback, and people who get beaten down find maybe a moment of catharsis in delivering maybe some of that back. And it was kind of like an angry story, but I also hope if anybody can make it to the end that it's there's like a very much a sense of like good for her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's been that the exploitation films, and especially in the 70s, dealt with a lot of female revenge that gets pretty graphic and gruesome, like Last House on the Left, I Spit in Your Grave,
for sure.
Stuff like that. And you always generally want to see the bad guys get their comeuppance, right? It's as much as society loves villains and bad guys, especially in horror and thriller, we really, really do. We generally align ourselves with the villains more than anything else, but we always secretly we want them to lose.
There are people you love to hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Characters that you can really enjoy, and like rooting for them to like, I want this guy to like get fucked up, and I do think that's like it can be interesting to play with the audience in that way.
Yeah, and I think examples like, especially in like the MCU, like we didn't like, I can't think of his name, the Baron, right?
Red Skull.
Zemo.
Oh,
like we hated him, but yet everyone went crazy for his dance scene in Madripoor.
Well, also he probably had one of the better lines in that show. Like, wow, what was it when he says, "I hate him, but he's right."
Oh, he's out of line, but he's right.
He's out of line, but he's right.
When I think like Zemo was talking about, who was it, like Miles Davis or somebody like being able to speak to the Black experience through their music,
Right.
and Sam has to be like, well, you shouldn't say that, but you are correct. So
Right.
yeah, that was a nice touch. With Stilettos, I wanted though, like, because the bad guy, like the monster in the book is a group of guys at a bachelor party. And I not only wanted to write a villain who did bad things, but also a villain who like sucked. Like not like the kind, when you read these guys, my goal was like, I would like, before you learn that these guys are evil psycho dudes who hunt people, that like also like, oh, I just wouldn't want to hang out with these guys anyway. Like these guys like are super lame. And it was actually fun to like do that. Like just write, like I was thinking in my head, like, man, if I was hanging out with the worst guys, like I would hate to be around. What would they talk like? And that was kind of fun to write.
Bunch of bros with popped up collars.
Right, exactly.
The worst.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I know you also dabbled in sci-fi as well. Is that kind of your passion that came from, like, because I consider X-Men to be sci-fi in a way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's a sci-fi property. So the sci-fi stuff, I think that Unearthly has put out, that was mostly, I think, Scott. Before I came along, I would absolutely. I've written a sci-fi script, kind of a bombastic, like Kill Bill in space sort of script that I've pitched Scott on. He's hard at work on another project right now, but I think that would really be right up Scott Beecher's alley to work on sometime soon. But yeah, no, I think sci-fi is super cool, and yes, definitely X-Men is a sci-fi thing.
Yeah, it's all science, right?
Right.
It can all be explained through science.
Science.
And the Hudson River.
But I kind of like when it's more sci-fantasy. You know, like I do think there is like a place for like hard science fiction where everything is like, you know, rooted in like realism and stuff. Like that's super cool. I also kind of like, I don't need to know how the Lightspeed engine works sometimes. You know, like I'm cool with just knowing like, all right, they can fly at light speed. They're going to different planets. Like this planet is the lava planet, and this planet is the forest planet. And like I'm cool with the Star Wars approach to it too, of just like, hey, this is the world.
The space opera view of things.
Yeah, a little bit.
And sometimes you run out of gas in space.
Sometimes you run out of gas in space.
That only happened in Solo, okay?
It was not Solo. It was Last Jedi.
She ran out of. Oh, that's right.
That was the whole like, driving point of the movie, was they ran out of fuel.
They ran out of fuel. That's right.
Remember how the past 7 movies didn't talk about fuel at all? Well, this movie's for you.
I think The Last Jedi is really overhated. I think the fuel thing was a little goofy and out of nowhere, but I think it tried to like be new and fresh with Star Wars, for better or for worse. Right?
I do see that, but also Laura Dern had the most badass way to go out.
Man, and then they just never did that shit again. They were like, okay, we figured out an ultimate doomsday weapon of like, hey, this is a way to kill an entire enemy armada in like 2 seconds. And then like we just can't do it again. That visual was very cool though. When she hyperspaced her ship through the others, I was like, visually that was pretty neat.
Yeah, and like I said, like I mean, just as much as everybody talks shit about how much they hated Holdo, she had the most badass way to go out.
Yeah, she probably has like one of the highest body counts in the franchise.
Very much so.
I mean, close. Luke kind of helped destroy too.
He did.
I guess he did.
Yeah.
And they did blow up a planet with the Death Star. So all right.
Yeah.
Touche. She's probably top 10 though.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
like
yeah.
Luke took out not one but 2 fascist space stations. So
He did.
Luke Skywalker, Antifa hero.
I actually, yeah, Luke Skywalker was the original Antifa super soldier.
Yeah, we are really about to go piss off the internet right now. I love it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you talk about sci-fi being mixed. Are you working on something that maybe sci-fi horror, kind of like first Alien, the sci-fi horror, the first Terminator, sci-fi horror?
I'm so glad you recognize that the Terminator is a horror movie. The Terminator is a slasher film, straight up.
Yes.
It adheres to the formula. Like it's okay. So respect to you for knowing that. People don't realize that.
Mhm.
I think that would be really cool. If I had like a good idea for it, for sure. The sci-fi story that I mentioned I wrote is much more of like kind of a straight up action, like just bombastic space action story.
Mhm.
I pitched it as Terminator / RoboCop meets Kill Bill in space, and
Ooh.
which I think is a really cool pitch. So the tone is a lot lighter than some horror, but if I had the right idea for it, I would definitely write a space horror story. Space is pretty freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to think while we were talking. I was like, I just read a really good, like, hard science fiction book, and I couldn't remember what it was, but I just read The Martian.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the movie is fine. The Matt Damon movie is fine, but the book was really good.
Yeah, it's astounding that like we look at sci-fi that's more serious sci-fi, like Interstellar, not Gravity, because that was not serious at all. I don't care what anyone said, but we try to adhere to it. I think a lot of people take a lot of work to make sure that the science part of their science fiction is sound.
Yeah.
Interstellar was like really big on that. For as fantastical as it was, they actually talked to quantum physicists about this in order to say like, what do we really know about all this stuff, and like this is how this stuff would actually work in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool
Interstellar's an awesome movie.
Yeah
But it kind of makes you wonder though too, like we look at those cheesy things of the 50s and 60s of the classic sci-fis and go, well, that's not realistic. But science, especially astrophysics and quantum physics, changes daily. So we all might see a point where Interstellar just goes, well, that was flat out wrong.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be a trip.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But yeah, James is saying he likes 3-body problem. I love the 3-body problem. I don't know if you know what the 3-body problem is.
I know of it. I haven't read it or watched the show.
Yeah.
But I had my buddy Scott, actually, who I've made books with. He gave me the general premise of it because he likes those books a lot. And it sounds super fascinating.
Yeah,
really, really cool, and like maybe too smart for me. It might be a little too, smart for me. There's no really other way to put it.
I love 3-body problem. I really love the Dark Forest. I am modeling my 45-minute horror movie I'm working on to be the Dark Forest, but
okay,
the idea behind it actually taking place in the Dark Forest versus outer space.
Okay.
So,
okay. Cool. Is the Dark Forest another horror movie? Or?
It's a Dark Forest is the second book in that 3-body problem series. It's essentially because it's all dealing with aliens and sci-fi, and it essentially goes, in a dark forest, you don't want to make noise because you are then prey. So what people's concern is with us doing SETI and stuff like that on Earth, we're shouting, here we are, come look at us, while everyone else is being quiet. So maybe we should shut up about because we are advertising ourselves to potentially a race or a species that's more powerful than us because they're coming to us.
Right.
Maybe we shouldn't be advertising, hey, free food.
Right. Like they have the ability for interstellar travel if they're making their way here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Now, between all the genres that you have, you also written in crime stuff like that. Do you have like a preference? You kind of just go with the story you have and work on that till it's completed.
I mean, pretty much everything I myself have worked on so far is horror stuff. So that's kind of been my main groove, and that's the same with this new book that I'm doing, The Apostasy.
Mhm.
But I also try to tell, I don't know, like stories that even if like in this new book, right, it's about, you know, demons, right? And but I try to tell stories with that are relatable to people in some way, and that I don't know, just characters with experiences that, you know, feel real even if it happens in like a fantastical setting. And so I don't know, I think that's important. I think a story without relatable characters in some way is not going to really hook people super well.
Right. Now, is that all part of your writing process? What's that process really look like for you from kind of like start to finish?
So I mean, it usually just starts with an idea, and then, you know, write that down, and then I try to break that out into essentially like I always, almost always, I actually didn't with this new book, but I always go outline first. I make a note of like who some of the characters are, and like just, you know, kind of sketch out some, you know, basic details about them, like what they are like. And then I, you know, will outline the story, and just kind of, sometimes I'll have a clearer idea of some scenes than others, but then I'll just, you know, kind of figure out how different scenes connect, and what a character might do if a different character does this. And then from there, comics are, I like writing comic scripts because you always decide on how long the story is going to be first.
Mhm.
And then you build out your script in those like constraints, right? It's like, it's very much, you set your borders first, and then you fill in all the space between. And I like that structure. It was an interesting challenge to like learn how to write like a comic script, but once I think I got a good handle on it, I really like writing that way.
Yeah. So how many books do you have planned in this new series?
So right now, The Apostasy sort of stands by itself. I leave the story in a place that definitely could be picked up for more, but I haven't. Basically, nothing officially has been planned yet, and I have, you know, the faintest, wispiest hints of like an outline for what could happen after this, but nothing really in detail. Just with this story, I kind of just wanted to focus on getting this one out first. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was gonna say, so like, you know, just getting into that, an apostasy is described as an abandonment of faith, and the description of the story that you have is a demon who makes a discovery that shakes his entire belief system. So, like, where did the inspiration for the apostasy come from? Like, what made you kind of, you know, what was the impetus of the idea?
Yeah. So Dave Schuler, who drew the book, I met him in 2022 at an arts festival outside of Pittsburgh, and he had set up, you know, a table at this festival, and I was just like immediately drawn to his art. I had no idea who he was, and I thought his art was like really creepy and freaky in like the best way. And so I just, you know, started talking, and, you know, I asked if he like was interested in like drawing a comic, and, you know, he like, you know, we decided to stay connected and all that. And so I didn't have the story idea at the time. I was just like knowing his art, having seen it, and having realized like, oh, this guy draws like really freaky creatures, and like really like has this like dark feel to his art that's really cool. I was like, I want to write something that'll like play to this guy's strengths. And so I knew pretty immediately it was going to be like about demons and everything like that, because yeah, the book is all set in hell. And most of the characters in there are demons, and but I also knew that I wanted to, you know, make it relatable in some way. And so main character in the book is a demon named Gainsbourg, and he is a torturer in the ninth circle of hell. And so he, like, in this book, the ninth circle is where like all the most wicked souls get sent
to
when they pass on. And he's been doing his job, torturing, scourging the souls of the damned for like eons, right? And he's good at it. He's the best at it. And so the idea behind it though is like kind of what happens if you got to do your favorite thing every day forever? Would you maybe eventually get tired of it? And the story kind of picks up when we find him in that place. And then he's presented with a very interesting quandary of like, okay, well, what happens when in his job he encounters maybe a soul that in his view doesn't really deserve to be there? And what might that person do in that situation? And then the story just kind of naturally grew from there. So still able to take advantage of Dave's talents for sure. Of like, there were several characters in the book that I didn't write any direction on how they look or what their like physical appearance was like at all. I just told him like, dude, go crazy. Like, like have fun designing these demons, and he killed it, man. So there's some freaky looking beasts in this book. It looks awesome.
Yeah, that's got to be like just freeing when you have someone say, hey, go and do your own character design and do what you do whatever you're gonna do. I know, like for example, my tattoo artist, I gave him free reign. I just told him, this is the cool that I want, come up with stuff. And he was telling me like that's kind of like the best thing you can tell a tattoo artist is to let them be creative and do what they want based on the concept.
Yeah, not pick off something from the wall.
Not flip through the book and find a specific. I mean, well, like comics are like collaborative medium, like by nature, right? And I think my job as like a comics writer is to, largely like build the bones of the story, but then it's also to like trust the artist that I'm working with. And I think like, I don't know, when you get a sense of someone's sensibilities, you got to trust that they'll do a good job. And some writers don't go that way. I mean, if you guys have ever read any like comic scripts by like famous writers, you've got like your Tom Kings on one end and then your Alan Moores on another, who like, Alan Moore will write like pages of description for a single panel. And that's so cool that he does that and that he has that vision that's so precise and so specific. But I just don't, I think that's not as much my style.
Yeah. So do you ever kind of storyboard things a little bit for them, or is more, it kind of just depends on comic to comic?
Not yet, honestly. I like if there's ever something specific that like I really think it's important that we show or that we call out, I'll make note of it in the script for sure. But no, I haven't done much storyboarding yet, honestly.
Yeah. I whatever comes to my mind is that everyone knows the story that knows Evil Dead 2 and Sam Raimi. He's storyboarding. How his hand's evil? How's it evil? Well, it's bigger. Do something with that. That's his storyboard. The hand's evil. How do you know it's bigger? Well, it's bigger. So go make it evil.
That's it. I was talking actually with my sister and brother-in-law the other day about Dragon Ball Z and how each bad guy has like 5 different forms that they go into, like when they're fighting the good guys, and each form is like scarier and more like, and more powerful than the last. And how do you know? It's like they're always bigger and sometimes spikier. And
Cell and Frieza are like the perfect examples of that.
Yeah, except Frieza circles back into like being a little demon twink at the end.
Yeah, he does. Especially when he becomes Golden Frieza. It's just like
right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, no. For the most part, they always become bigger and spikier.
Yeah, I gotta ask because with any horror person that comes on here, do you ever have to say that's too graphic, it's too much? Or do you ever say give me more?
I think it's all about finding a balance, right? And there were a couple moments in this new script that Scott is working on right now. So the first book that we did together is Gator Man Kills, and he's currently, I think I can talk about it. He's almost halfway through doing the pencils for Gator Man Returns, which is a lot of fun. And we kind of later in the book, in this new second book, we go back and do basically a flashback scene that kind of would show people a little bit more about where this Gator Man character comes from and just like what his whole deal is. And there were two moments in that flashback scene specifically that we basically bartered, because I think they were both scenes that I was like, oh man, I don't know, I think this is going a little far. And we took one out, but we kept one in. So it was a nice compromise there. And it's just like, so it's so funny when and I think, again, collaborative medium, right? But when you have two people that both feel really strongly about something, and you have to like negotiate a little bit. And Scott's one of my best friends. We have similar sensibilities in a lot of ways, especially creatively, but they're just like, it's funny when those little differences pop up and everything. So that was a recent example of that.
Yeah, I love that, just because, you know, if you go back, I'm not going to plug my show, but my co-host and I have another show. Like our tastes are very different in our horror things, right?
Oh,
and so there sometimes there's huge spreads in our rating scale. And we're just going like, you like that movie or you didn't like that movie? You know, it's just funny. Just it's that process is the same. Yeah, I feel it's just funny to see.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I said I prefer more and more gore, but that's just me.
You know, I think like I love gore, like just like, you know, as much as the next person too. But I do think there hits a point where it can be diminishing returns, and it's not necessarily even in terms of like quantity. Like I loved The Substance, and like, you know, the last like 20 minutes of that movie are like a gore video. Like it's it's like and the movie like kicks so much ass, right? And it's so good. But then like I don't know, and I think like it's a little different, but like I think like Hostel, the first Hostel movie, is like brutal, but I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But then like I can't get into like the Terrifier movies, you know, like I think, you know, like it becomes I feel super pearl clutchy when I use the word gratuitous, but like it feels like a little gratuitous, and it's just, you know, those aren't for me. So I don't have a clear distinction of what my line actually is, but I do. It is there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're working with Grindhouse, stuff like that. Grindhouse is pretty it's towing that line.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, as long as Gator Man wasn't, you know, bitten, got radioactive lion blood in him. I mean, sorry, gator blood in him.
Right.
Craven.
Yeah, you're right. Like that Craven the Hunter movie was so bad. I saw it and I actually fell asleep. This is the only time this has happened to me. I fell asleep in the theater and woke up probably like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes later. So the movie was still going. And I actively let out like, oh man, like I was really like, I was sad that the movie, like I woke up before the movie. He got his lion blood in him. Wild, absolutely wild.
Craven is by far one of my favorite Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man, and just that movie is just
Craven's Last Hunt. That book is so hauntingly
good.
Written.
So good. Hot take: best Spider-Man arc in comic in Spider-Man comic history is
easily.
Craven's Last Hunt.
Yeah,
I'm between that and Superior Iron Man when Otto Octavius takes over Spider-Man's body. Like, I mean,
becomes a Superior Spider-Man. Yeah,
the Superior Spider-Man. Like those two arcs are probably some of my favorite ones. I mean, you know, one of my favorite indulgent ones is Maximum Carnage. But I mean, like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, like if we're gonna get into an indulgent book, Maximum Carnage is that, with every fucking cameo character that pops up in that series of books. But
sure.
Craven's Last Hunt, just getting to the end of that book and Craven knowing he's not gonna win and ending himself, like, sorry, spoilers if you haven't read the fucking book.
Yeah, spoilers for for Craven's Last Hunt.
Was that 9 years ago? Something like that.
Oh no, it was more. It was in the. I think it was in the 90s. I think
Craven's Last Hunt.
Or was it even before that?
Wow. Sorry. 1987.
That's
87. Wow.
I was thinking of something newer then for some reason.
So speaking of newer and Craven, something that good. I just actually literally tonight read the 3rd volume of the current Ultimate Spider-Man run, and really cool arc with Craven the Hunter in there. If you're reading Ultimate Spider-Man right now or not, it was crazy. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, it's good storytelling, good writing, good visuals, and really needs to get adapted.
And that's what a lot of people thought, was going to be going down the line. But the thing is that they dropped the ball so hard on Craven.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least we got Madame Web.
Oh yeah, you know what? Best movie ever.
The movie of the year. Cancel the Oscars. We don't need them. It's Madame Web. She's taking it all.
Also, let's bring this back. Hashtag it's Morbin time.
It is so funny that the ironic Morbius campaign convinced Sony to put it back in theaters. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
That is hilarious. Like that is seriously really funny.
Sony just doesn't understand the pulse at all in any way.
No.
The closest thing they've gotten was letting Lord and Miller do Spider-Man, and that was fucking amazing. But I mean, again, now they're putting their hands back inside the cookie jar again, and that's getting pushed back. Hopefully, it's for good things and not for what everybody is speculating that the problems are.
I am not convinced it's going to come out.
No, they finally put a release date to it. So I mean, like we're
again.
How many times have they done that though?
3.
I'm not. I would love to see that movie when it comes out. If it comes out, I'll be there opening weekend. But I'm not convinced.
What I'm convinced is happening is, I think, and I've been saying this on the show, I think that what they're gonna do is they want to introduce Miles Morales into live action, and they have already kind of hinted that the multiverse in these movies are like the MCU exists within this multiverse, because they've like hinted different things between the movies.
It's for sure going to happen, because realistically, that's how we got Miles into the regular Marvel comics, is that collapsing of universes. That's how we got him.
Well, that's what I think. What I think they're going to do. What I think that they're going to explain at the end of this movie, Miles Morales coming into the MCU, so in that way we can get Miles Morales in Secret Wars without having to do a backstory.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it was really a weird call for them to make the main MCU universe also 616. I feel like that's the comics universe, and that's the whole point of can't the MCU main timeline be? It was a while ago. It had its own number, its own timeline number.
616.
I feel like making it 616 too just like doesn't make sense. Like why can't it be its own thing? I think that was a misfire.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, and my hot take is Venom's not good.
No, it's not.
Any of them.
The Venom movies?
Yeah.
No, they're not. And but what's crazy though is they're not good, but they are the best ones that Sony put out. That whole
not Eddie Brock. That's not Eddie Brock. It's not. He doesn't have the anger. He's more timid. He seems more like Flash Gordon than he does.
Tom Hardy's performance is weird in those movies. He plays Eddie Brock, and I guess a dude kind of half possessed by like an alien symbiote would probably be weird and on edge. Like, I guess that makes sense, but like he plays Eddie Brock as like a weirdo, like a weird guy.
And that's the thing. That's what pissed me off about that Eddie Brock, is that Eddie Brock is very confident. Eddie Brock is a jock. He's kind of a dickhead. And it's like, you don't have Venom without the mutual hatred between the symbiote and Eddie Brock over Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Venom needs to be a villain long before he becomes Lethal Protector.
Right. And they try to jump right into Lethal Protector, which again is not Eddie Brock. That's Flash Thompson. That's the kind of nerds we are. This is the kind of nerdy shit that I get like upset about. Is like, okay, cool. You're trying to put Eddie Brock in San Francisco to do Lethal Protector, which is Flash Thompson, and then also explain away the cancer storyline that even gets us there. Like, it's just, come on, man. And then they did not earn Carnage. They did not earn Noble in any way.
No.
They didn't earn Riot. They didn't learn any other symbiotes from Sin Eater or anything else that happens in the 90s Venom.
No. It is crazy, and it's funny too that we've gotten this from the big two of like, we got a Black Adam movie without Shazam in it, and we got 3 Venom movies without Spider-Man in it. And that is funny to me, where you get like what eventually started as like, what if we took this character and he was bad? And like you get kind of those palette swaps for those characters in their own movies without the originating characters in them. And I just it's like if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I would have 4 nickels, which isn't a lot, but that's weird that it's happened 4 times. And
the thing is with that, like, that's specifically because Dwayne Johnson was like, well, he has to be a good guy. And it's like, well, no, he doesn't. And I get you don't want to be a villain on screen, but you chose to play a villain, dude.
Then don't play him.
Yeah.
He was shifting the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. That's what you're missing.
He did. He brought it down.
He did.
Because Black Adam, okay, I get it. Black Adam in the comics can be a very powerful character, mainly because he's magic based against Superman, who one of his weaknesses is magic.
Yes.
Right. So I get that. Like, Black Adam has an advantage over Superman, but Black Adam doesn't fight Superman right off the bat.
No.
Black Adam can barely handle Shazam. How's he going to handle Superman?
Yeah.
By throwing Ma and Pa Kent into the air.
Martha!
He just eats them.
If we saw the Rock kill Ma and Pa Kent, that would have made the whole, like, that timeline that we go down, that would make it worth it.
If he killed Ma and Pa Kent.
If he went to Smallville and wiped out the Kent's farm.
Yeah. It'd be perfect.
That actually would be that would vindicate Black Adam.
If Feige won't take our calls, then maybe James Gunn will.
Well, right now James might be getting phone calls from someone else. You never know this week. But yeah, at least Venom didn't give us the Spire symbol on his chest. If they had given him the Spire symbol on his symbiote, I would have been really mad.
Yeah, we would have been done with them. I was already done with them, but I mean, like, would have been more done with them because it's like you didn't earn that spider.
Yeah.
No.
So we're nerding out hard right now.
Yeah, we're off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I think it's about time for Phil to ask you the hardest questions on the internet.
It is time for me to get into the very, very, very hard questions here. So I'm going to ask you the hardest question you've ever been asked in your life. Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. What is your favorite kind of taco?
Soft shell over hard, and then put some chicken on it, or maybe some steak if I'm feeling brave, and then probably with like some peppers. I love salsa. I like little street tacos. I'm from the Dallas area, so we had like a lot of good like taco places down there. But like little street tacos with some corn tortillas or whatever. But soft over hard for sure.
I dig it. What's some advice you might have for anybody trying to get into the industry?
So, well, actually, I'll say kind of a joke that me and another creator shared that both we laughed at really hard. The guy that I actually work with overseas, he's based in Copenhagen, Denmark, and at a big work meeting, we had just met, and somebody who knew both of us shared that like we both make comics independently. So we were just clicking over that, me and this guy, and I made a joke that I've made before, which is, I really decided to get into making independent comics for the money. And then he responded with, oh yeah, well, I really decided to get into it for the women. So I would just say, like, I don't know. Temper your expectations as far as those two things go. First of all, make comics because you love them. I think. I think this isn't like, this is not a get rich quick scheme. Like, the people that are in this scene and like making it are doing it because like we love comics and like we love the medium. So if you like, I think there's a place for everybody who wants to be here. I think it's a very welcoming community for sure. But you gotta just love comics, and I don't know, network too. It's so much of it is about like who you know. Go to a comic convention, approach an artist there, make a friend, post on Twitter, post in Reddit. You know, seek out, like, it's a community, right? So you gotta seek out the community. And just do it too. Ideas are the easy part. And I think everybody has good ideas for like what could be a story, or like, and so many times people tell me like, oh, I had this idea, you should make a comic out of it. And I always just want to say, like, why don't you do that? Like, yeah, that is, like, sometimes I hear these ideas and I'm like, damn, that's like a really good idea. Like, that would, like, you could do something really good. So just like, don't just have ideas, do it. Like, make your idea happen. That's yeah.
I was gonna say, also make sure NYPD knows it's not me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, it's I live right on 9th Avenue, and so the sirens are always happening all the time.
Well, maybe the Hudson Hornet, who got the superhero guy's powers from the Hudson River, is out there with them.
Sometimes I do see Daredevil running around doing flips off the buildings and stuff. So I'm sure he's fighting Bullseye somewhere or something like that.
Stay away from Josie's; it's dangerous there.
Right? Yeah.
Jesus. Who would win in the fight? All right, Gainsbourg. You know that character better than anybody. Or Etrigan the Demon.
Oh man. I think it would probably depend on who's writing the story. I mean, I think, you know, this is going to be such a boring answer, but I hate power scaling. I think it is. I don't know. I think it's kind of silly. I think, you know, Stan Lee once said, like, you know, if there's a knockdown drag out fight between Spider-Man and the Thing, like, who would win? And the answer is, who does the writer want to win? I mean, we have stories where Squirrel Girl beats Thanos, right? And that's great, and that's so much fun. So I think both are really cool characters. If I was writing it, probably because I'm biased, but I would probably have Gainsbourg win. But somebody else might feel differently.
So surprisingly enough, you'll be surprised by this answer. With all of the comic writers that we have on the show, nobody's ever answered with that.
Really?
And I've waited for that. I've waited for somebody to say it depends on who's writing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
Because it's the most obvious answer, right? Like it depends on who's writing.
Yeah.
It is to me. It's like, yeah, who's stronger between like Superman and the Hulk? Like who gives a shit? Kind of like I don't know. Like let's just have fun. Who would win when you smashed your action figures together when you were a kid? Anybody, and it was whoever we wanted it to.
Right.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, man? Do you have any cons coming up? I know that we're talking about the Kickstarter. If you want to actually plug the Kickstarter right here.
Yes. Yeah. I guess I should talk about that because that's why you guys have me on, right? You guys are cool. I've been having fun talking to you guys. We went down some rabbit holes for sure. Yeah. What's next? So today it's Thursday, October 30th. The Kickstarter for The Apostasy goes live on Saturday, November 1st. So day after tomorrow, which is pretty crazy. And that is going to run for the month of November. So probably gonna, flip the switch at around noon Eastern on Saturday. And it'll go until noon Eastern on December 1st. That's the plan. And so really that's taken up just most of my time, most of my attention. with the goal, of getting hopefully everything printed and fulfilled, ideally by like maybe February of next year. So really excited for that. But looking at next year, just for cons, there's some stuff that I'm looking at. Me and my buddy Scott Beecher, we usually try to do shows together since both of us kind of co-run the label. So we've done Houston Comic Palooza the past couple of years. It's an awesome show. Really great, some really great creators that we've made friends with there. It's an awesome time. But we're looking, we're opening, we're open to doing whatever. We haven't locked into too much yet. But he and I talk pretty much weekly, and we're always like, man, we got to get some cons on the books. So it'll be cool to have the new book out, The Apostasy, and then like I mentioned too, Scott is hard at work drawing Gatorman Returns, and it looks so good. So if we can finish that up, maybe hopefully sometime in 2026, that would be pretty cool too.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, man. Where can everybody find you if they want to learn more about everything that you're doing, if they want to follow your work, social media plugs, anything like that?
For sure. So the label's Instagram is at Unearthly Comics, all one word, all lowercase. Pretty easy to find there. We've got all of our Unearthly books, ones that I've written and ones that I haven't. But every book under the label is available digitally to read on Global Comics, which is
Global too. Nice.
awesome. Beg your pardon?
So you guys are on Global too. Nice.
Yeah. No, Global's great, man. I think it got that email that you love to get today. You made money on Global Comics. Opened it up, made a cool 3 cents. So it's it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. But yeah, no, everything's on Global Comics. Go to the Unearthly Comics publisher page on Global Comics. That's where you'll be able to find it. And then lastly, we've got a website too. Anybody can order print books and everything like that. And that is shocker, unearthlycomics.com. Yeah, so you can check us out there in those places for sure. Instagram, Global Comics, and the website.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Nick Edwards again for coming on the show and talking about your book and just having a good conversation with us, man. We appreciate you coming on and conversing with us, man. One more time, let's give a nice little cheer here. The kids are happy. All right, man. So we are going to be jumping into some brackets here. We've got some unfinished brackets we got to do. If you want to stick around, up to you, man. I know it's a little bit later for you over there. But basically what we do in the second half or second part of the show, we have nerd brackets. We are currently voting on the worst trilogies.
No,
man. We're not.
Can I stay? Is it cool if I stay?
Absolutely.
We are doing, remember, I told you I was doing a spooky bracket today.
Oh, are we doing the spooky bracket?
We are doing best PG-13 horror movies.
Son of a bitch. Let's do this shit. Oh, I'm excited about that.
So I didn't put all the PG-13 up there, but last year we did kids horror movies. This year we're doing PG-13. So there's only 2,400 just try to get through tonight. Insidious has a bye. The Ring has a bye. The Others has a bye. Fire in the Sky, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Critters, Arachnophobia, and Gremlins all have buys. But the first up is The Cave. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it other than me. Essentially, it's about a group of people that go into a cave and find a piece of life that comes out with them. Versus The Last Exorcism, which is a found footage guy who does fake exorcisms until he stumbles upon a real one. Both
I remember
PG-13. Yeah. I feel you probably haven't seen either of these.
I have not seen either of these, dude. I'm usually good about this. I've usually seen at least one. I've never seen either of these.
Yeah, it's like The Cave came out about the same time as The Descent. In Last Exorcism, it's like, what if Snake Oil Salesman runs into a real demon?
The Last Exorcism is surprisingly pretty solid, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I have not seen The Cave.
Yeah, it's good. It's almost think of like Contagion. Think of you see the movie Life about
The
the
space one. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the freaky alien. Yeah.
yeah. Think that, but in a cave on Earth.
Okay.
And that's the cave. My personal vote is Last Exorcism because it's not a good ending. It's a very bad ending. And I love bad endings in horror movies because that means Hollywood didn't get their say.
I like that reasoning.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot just because it's so many movies have been so neutered by Hollywood in the horror world. So
It's true.
Phil, I see you're on IMDb there.
No, I'm not on IMDb. I'm actually hitting everybody up because like we're doing the bracket, and I just realized looking at the chat, I'm like, chat's a little light right now.
Yeah.
So I'm posting.
So do you want an invasive cave species or snake oil sells bad juju?
I think I go the cave, man.
Okay. And Nick, you said Last Exorcism.
Just since it's the only one I've seen, but I did like it. So yeah, The Last Exorcism.
All right. A little good chat here. All right. Okay, so Sandra and Sewang here. We're doing PG-13 horror movies. It's The Cave versus The Last Exorcism. Like I said, Nick and I are the only ones that have seen these movies, or one of them. So I don't know if Sandra or Sewang have seen either, quite honestly.
The thing is, Sandra and Sewang, okay, maybe not, but I have a feeling Jeff may have seen at least one of them.
I'd hope Jeff would have seen both of them.
Well, that's why I said at least one.
Yeah. Sewang, once again, it's The Cave and The Last Exorcism.
So both movies that you would totally be into.
Hey, the best, Sandra, best. Of course, he would like The Cave. It's about a creature that has slimy tentacles that gets inside people. He likes anime.
Oh God,
That's good, clean family right there. It is PG-13, right?
It is. Yes, we are. For Halloween, we're doing the best horror movies. Maybe next Halloween we'll do the worst horror movies. I don't know if we've done the worst horror movies.
That is a fucking loaded gun. I'm sorry. The worst horror movies, that is like impossible to vote on.
Why is that?
Because there's so many bad movies out there.
Well, I only have spot
ground for discussion.
I only have spot for 32 on this bracket, so we'll only have 32 to pick from.
Okay, that works.
All right. Well, Sandra and DeLong said Cave, so Sewang. So Cave is moving forward as a better one of the two.
Got to check it out.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Happy Death Day
Oh God.
versus Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, Drag Me to Hell, dude.
Yeah. Straight Drag Me to Hell. Happy Death Day. It's like Groundhog's Day for fucking shitty horror movie. Like, no. Drag Me to Hell, definitely.
And yet every sci-fi has a Groundhog Day episode.
They do.
You know, it's a time loop story, right? I just watched Palm Springs, which is another time loop movie. It's not bad. I mean, yeah, Happy Death Day was fine.
And what's not Loki if not just a giant Groundhog Day?
Right.
But yes, I definitely pick Drag Me to Hell because it's Sam Raimi. Gotta go Sam Raimi.
That's right. It's Sam Raimi. You're going straight for it.
Raimi Hive, rise up.
Exactly. James says he chooses Hobbs and Shaw.
What the fuck?
Oh, because it has The Rock in it. I don't think any of these have The Rock in it, so just throwing it
I
out
don't
there.
think The Rock has ever been in a horror movie.
You've never
He
seen
was in Doom, which isn't horror,
Yeah.
but he was in Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be a PG-13 horror movie.
Did you ever see Journey to the Center of the Earth 2?
Oh God, no, that's not because of like it being a legit horror movie.
All right. Well, Drag Me to Hell is moving on up. All right. Next up, we have everyone's favorite James McAvoy wearing a dress in Split versus When a Stranger Calls.
Ooh, I like it, and I actually like that movie.
Oh, is When a Stranger Calls the call is coming from inside the house?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, see, this is the hardest one you've put up so far because Split is good, but that
Right.
movie's a classic, man.
Yep.
Split is good for an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're grading on a curve for M. Night.
Exactly. M. Night Shyamalan is very hit or miss.
He's not batting even 500. I can tell you that right now. He's
Oh,
well
yeah.
below it. He's about 133.
Did you guys, not to take it away from the discussion at hand, but did you guys see his latest Trap?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie was so much fun.
And very
Ridiculous.
spoiled in the trailer.
Right. I know. Oh man, this is a tough one though.
Stranger Calls.
I mean, I'm doing Stranger Calls because I have to, and Phil knows why.
Because it's sacrilegious to vote for M. Night Shyamalan.
Also, that's where I get my tagline from.
That's right. Have you checked on the children?
Yeah, my tagline is "Have you checked in the children?"
That's rock solid.
All right.
Man, I guess I'll vote for that one.
You're going with that one.
Long live the new flesh.
Mm-hmm. So, Phil, what are you going with?
I don't know. Like, my intuition says I want to say Split, but we're voting on the best. So I think When a Stranger Calls ultimately ends up winning this. Because just overall, again, there's something about Split that I just really enjoy as a movie, and James McAvoy's performance was absolutely delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Split is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just the fact that he was able to perform the way he did on with the amount of characters that he played is absolutely amazing. It was really good, but I think When a Stranger Calls is cult classic status.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
I think ultimately I go with that.
Yeah, it's like I said, Split is good, but it's all like watch 2 or 3 times. You never need to watch it again.
Right. And When a Stranger Calls is one of those movies that people will watch on a yearly basis.
Yeah, very rewatchable.
Yeah, and it has created the trope that everyone uses of the calls coming from inside the house. Like everyone, that's so ingrained into our culture at this point in time.
I mean, it's literally the movie about tropes, Scream,
Mm-hmm.
has that in the very first scene of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so When a Stranger Calls move forward. Next up, we have everyone's determining factor if evil exists by throwing a piece of toast on the ground. The devil. I'm not
Devil. M. Night again.
Just throw a piece of toast on the ground.
And only bad thing, and just once. You don't need to prove something once for it to be true. The heavier side is going to land on the ground, therefore evil.
Therefore, evil is in the world.
Exactly. Versus everyone's favorite ghost kitty cat boy, The Grudge.
Oh, this is an easy one.
Okay, hold on. The Japanese Grudge or the American Grudge?
Is it Ju-on or The Grudge?
Well, it's The Grudge. If I wanted Ju-on, I would say Ju-on.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But Ju-on wasn't PG-13. So
Oh. I mean, it's got to be The Grudge.
It's got to be just because M. Night Shyamalan is just
Yeah, this is no question.
fucking Shyamalan ding dong.
yeah, Devil. It's I personally know someone that loves The Devil as like his favorite movie of all time.
What?
And it's because of the toast scene. I go, you're an idiot.
Because of the toast scene?
Yeah.
Well, he's got to be like liking it ironically, right? Like as a bit.
Or he's 12.
He's in his 20s.
Okay.
So
Is it?
he was? It's Hunter. You know him. I'll call him out. I don't care.
Wait, hold on. So Hunter's favorite movie is The Devil? Really?
Yeah.
How do you make horror movies and your favorite movie is M. Night Shyamalan's The Devil?
I don't know. Maybe so you can aspire to make something better.
Maybe. I guess that makes a lot more sense than it actually be. Like, yeah, like Nick said, it's he's got to like it ironically. There's no way that it's actually his favorite movie.
Or
I
if
don't
he
know.
does want to surpass it, he's just setting an attainable goal.
I mean, maybe he's afraid to ever make toast at home. I don't know. And worries that he has to cleanse his house after dropping it.
Or maybe he just like spilled some jelly on his like some new carpet and he understands that evil exists in the world.
Exactly. My grape jelly over the brand new white carpet. Oh,
That's probably
Well,
how
that-
M. Night got the idea for that movie.
probably. All right. Well, The Grudge moves forward. Next up, we have The Haunting, 1999 movie with Liam Neeson about the, essentially the turning of the screw, versus The Birds.
Ooh.
Hitchcock Birds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give it up for Hitchcock, man.
Yeah, I think I automatically go The Birds.
I had to throw an old school one on there.
I feel like people nowadays, just because his movies are so dated, but people have this whole like idea of Hitchcock movies as like being like boring, stuffy, old like movies. And the dude made popcorn flicks. Like he was making like fun thriller blockbuster movies. Like Hitchcock's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
So well written. Like everything about that stuff was so well written. And I get it. The Haunting is it wasn't the first take on Hill House, right? It was
Not even close.
but I mean like post the original.
Post the original? No, there's definitely not either. Because the original it's based on the book, so it's not even that. There's been a couple of them. The Innocents are based on that, and of course the Birds saying all the way. Of course, Mike Flanagan did the best adaptation.
Right.
The
The TV show was so much better.
So good.
hands
So
down.
good.
Hands down.
I think that's the best thing Flanagan's done.
I don't know. I really like Black Mass.
Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass. Sorry. Yeah, I really like Midnight Mass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have everyone's favorite giant kaiju attack in New York, Cloverfield, versus, this one might be too obscure for people, but The Final Girls. If you haven't seen The Final Girls, it stars Malin Ackerman, the younger Famiga sister, Adam from Workaholics, Adam Devine, and essentially they get trapped inside an 80s slasher movie.
Oh,
Okay.
I think we talked about this. I think
Yes.
we talked about this a while back, and it's like a movie that's on my list of things to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's-
I haven't seen that one.
You need to see it. Tom Middlesitch is in it. Essentially, Malin Ackerman is an actor, and and her daughter gets trapped in her movie, and they're trying to save them in that slasher. It's fantastic. But I said versus
I
Cloverfield.
was just gonna say Cloverfield's really good.
Cloverfield's really good. Cloverfield is the movie that brought almost like a serious it brought people to like take found footage film seriously. Between that and
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch, but I mean like
One costs $15,000. One costs $15 million. One's clearly not found footage.
Well, no, but I mean the idea of it is it's like a big budget found footage movie, and
Yeah.
the way that J.J. Abrams was able to get the creature on screen the way that he did and still make it seem like found footage was pretty damn good.
I liked how mysterious the marketing. Exactly. Somebody just shouted out the viral marketing. I liked the ads, like didn't even say the name of the movie in the ads when you saw that first trailer. You're like, what am I looking at? I thought that was really, really cool.
So what were you guys' vote then?
I haven't seen the final girls, so I would vote for Cloverfield.
Yeah, I also haven't seen the final girls. And as much as I don't want to let you down on this one, man, I have seen Cloverfield, and I absolutely love that movie. And I'm still waiting on them to do a proper sequel for it. So
it's the best American Godzilla we've gotten.
Yeah, because American Godzilla in '99 was fucking trash to the point where they had to fucking kill it with Shin Godzilla.
Well, I'm
10
just saying.
Cloverfield Lane was pretty good. I thought
the Cloverfield movies are great. The thing is that the first one is the only one that is that's not what am I trying to say right now? What's the syndrome that we've dubbed this?
I call it the Hellraiser syndrome.
Hellraiser syndrome. It's the only one that doesn't have Hellraiser syndrome.
What can you explain to me?
So I'm doing a video on it, but Hellraiser syndrome is essentially after the first 4 Hellraisers, they were all released in theaters. The next 7 were released straight to DVD, straight to video, and in majority of them, Pinhead's only there for a total of 13 seconds because they were other movies that tacked on Pinhead to have the end to tie it into the greater Hellraiser world. So that's why we call it the Hellraiser syndrome, because it's the first franchise to do that. And 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield Paradox were other movies that got Cloverfield attached to it.
Right.
That makes sense. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But Cloverfield is moving on. Clover's so happy. All right. Next up, we have 1408, the John Cusack trapped in the hotel ghost movie, versus everyone's favorite underground Mexican worms, Tremors.
Did it establish they were Mexican?
Yeah. That most of the movies take place in Mexico.
Yeah.
True. There is that.
I'm a huge Stephen King fan, so like I wish I could vote for 1408, but that movie is just not very good.
It's kind of a trend with a lot of Stephen King movies,
right? Which
not all are good, even though the books are great.
Yeah, no, for real. Stephen King adaptations, for the most part, are not good, but we've had some okay ones recently, but for the most part, they're not great. But so I'm gonna vote Tremors.
Yeah, I'm going Tremors. I'm going for the worms.
Oh, I'm saying Tremors as well too. Definitely the big tequila worm. Yeah, it's the big tequila worm.
The big tequila worm.
Yeah. Yeah, Tremors. The first 2 Tremors are good. Third one's okay. And they start bringing in Jamie Kennedy, and they just went downhill. So
I've only ever seen the OG.
Oh, second one's great too. I think we get the ass blasters.
The ass blasters.
All right, Graboids. Hell yeah, Chris. All right, Tremors is moving up. Next up, we have A Quiet Place.
Ooh.
Versus a gem from the 80s that most people might not know, The Gate.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one.
If you ever seen little demonic creatures come out of a mirror and there's a red-headed kid there, it's The Gate. There's been 2 of them.
Interesting.
I had to throw it on there because it's my wife's favorite 80s horror movie. So
yeah, I haven't seen that one. What was the other one you said?
A Quiet Place.
Oh.
Yeah, Quiet Place was so well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I like A Quiet Place.
Yeah, I think I go with A Quiet Place, especially if we're talking the first one. Yeah, I'm going with A Quiet Place.
I mean, James is always a redheaded kid. It was the late 80s. We always had redheaded kids and things.
I mean, it has been established canon that that gingers are just vampires.
I mean, wasn't it the entire plot line of a problem child?
Yep.
All right. That round is complete. Quiet Place is moving on. DeLong says, Jeff says the gate. Hell yeah, Jeff. Hell yeah. Someone else knows it.
I mean, Jeff's seen it. I mean, like, again, I'm not surprised that Jeff has seen that movie. Jeff has seen some pretty weird shit.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. All right. Next up, we have The Cave versus Spooky Ghost with Darth Maul, Insidious.
Spooky with Darth Maul.
Yeah, the fire faced demon in Insidious.
The Darth Maul looking demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Insidious movies are fine, I think, for the most part. Like,
you agree with us?
but I haven't seen The Cave, so I feel like I got to give it up for Insidious. But I feel like it's people are going to be calling fraud watch on Insidious making it this far into the bracket. I think
They had a bye, so.
you're right.
Phil, what do you think? Are you going Insidious?
Yeah, I'm probably going Insidious.
I mean, I'm not. I did an entire episode about how much I hate those movies. So, what's The Cave? It's essentially, Chris, have you ever seen the movie Life with Ryan Reynolds briefly and Jake Gyllenhaal? It's that, but 10 years before in a cave.
God, Life. What a
which was the better prequel to Venom than we ever got.
You're not wrong.
I hoped for sure that Life was gonna be a prequel to Venom. Like, I hope it is, because it makes sense. It would be Venom, and it's not.
Yeah, it's literally. I mean, the little monster even looks like a symbiote. It's like,
Yes.
It does. Yeah.
Ooh, more votes for The Cave.
I think I'm going with The Cave. No, it's going with
I am fine with Insidious losing.
It's losing. It's losing. I mean, WB might not be with it losing, but yeah.
Say Wong said, wait. Chris Shipperson said, M. Night Shyamalan.
And two on here is enough for M. Night. All right, we could just done the best M. Night one, but all right. Next up, we have Drag Me to Hell versus everyone's favorite wet girl with black hair, calling out your TV, Samara, in The Ring.
Ringu.
I think The Ring is really good. I'm gonna vote for The Ring on this one.
Okay, it's fair.
I mean,
Bill?
considering where the Japanese franchise went, because it fucking went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
We said, okay, hold on, one more time. We're doing The Ring.
The Ring versus Drag Me to Hell.
Oh shit.
If you love Sam Raimi, you wouldn't vote against him there, Chris. Come on.
I know.
I love Sam Raimi, but I gotta vote for The Ring.
Wow, so many votes for The Ring.
I think
It's kind of become a classic a little bit.
It has. It has.
The first one was good. I saw the first one in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. The rest of the franchise kind of got weird, but I mean, like,
But we're talking about the first one, right?
yeah,
Yes.
we're talking about the original, yeah, or not the original. Ringu's the original, but I mean, like,
It's actually not. It's called The Ring in Japan. We just call it. They changed it to Ringu for here in the United States only. It's still The Ring in Japan. We had to make it, Japanese sounding for us.
what? Because I'm trying to think. We're voting on what's the best one, not which one's more fucking terrifying.
Correct.
because if it was more terrifying, if we were voting on which one's more terrifying, it'd be Drag Me to Hell. But overall, better movie, I'm probably going to go with The Ring.
It's okay. I'm sticking by my Sam Raimi. But The Ring is moving forward because everyone else wants The Ring.
I mean,
All
at
right.
least we're not getting rid of, Army of Darkness or something like that. I mean, they wouldn't be on this list, but I mean, still.
That'd be a different conversation.
Our chat has done that to me. All right. Next up is When a Stranger Calls versus The Others.
Ooh.
Oh, When a Stranger Calls.
Yeah. I think I agree with that.
I mean, The Others was a good turning of the screw, The Innocents remake, and most people don't realize it was a remake of that. And I think that even the second one, the second season he did, the second Haunting was pretty damn good too. But yeah, When the Stranger Calls is a classic.
Yeah,
I think it's always gonna be a classic. The remake they did wasn't as good by any stretch of the imagination. That was those aughts that Nick was talking about earlier with the really bad horror remakes. All right, chat. The Others. Ooh, Sandra says The Others.
really, Sandra.
Yeah.
The Others.
Yeah.
She wants to be different.
It's just I think she's confusing The Others with the scene of Michael Jackson parody in Scary Movie. Oh, Chris says he never saw When a Stranger Calls. He's also going Others.
Ooh,
It's getting spicy.
getting
All
very.
right, chat. 20 more seconds here. Cast your vote for the scariest PG-13 movie of all time.
It's the scariest one.
It is.
It's the one that scares you the most.
I mean, Sandra, I would have convinced you otherwise if I said that the grandmother and the witch, the grandmother from Addams Family Values, and the witch from Princess Bride played the woman in When the Stranger Calls. That sway you? I hope so.
It might actually sway her.
Mm-hmm.
That may actually sway her.
All right. So with James voting there, it's definitely When the Stranger Calls is moving forward.
Hold on. Oh, When the Stranger Calls.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Fire in the Sky versus The Grudge. Do you know what Fire in the Sky is?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Alien abduction movie that's supposedly real that took place in the 70s and has the most claustrophobic scene of all time, where a guy gets literally wrapped in like latex and operated on by aliens.
What the fuck? Why would
Damn.
you agree to do that scene? That just sounds terrible.
I would never be able to do it. There's no
Yeah.
way in hell.
That sounds
Is that the director's thinly disguised fetish?
That's what the guy said happened. This is based off a real life story. Well, stars
Okay.
Robert Patrick.
But filming the scene was the
Yeah.
director's thinly veiled fetish. That's like Quentin
Tarantino,
his feet.
man likes what he likes.
Are you guys going Grudge?
I think I'm going Grudge.
Yeah, me too.
Chris, yeah, Fire in the Sky happened in eastern Arizona. Yeah.
Sorry, I just burped.
You gotta drain all that drain there. It sounds pretty bad. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
As we say in our episode about The Grudge, it's what a kid sounds like when they're trying to be scary. All right. The Grudge is moving forward. Next up is The Birds
Yes.
versus everyone's favorite clowns from outer space, and they're killers.
Motherfucker. Okay.
They're clowns from outer space.
Okay. So you have a
Dang.
classic versus a cult classic.
I do.
Yeah, this is hard.
This is actually a really hard one because it's like, do we want to get rid of Killer Clowns from Outer Space right now but at the sacrifice that we're doing is if we get rid of Killer Clowns, or if we don't get rid of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, we get rid of probably one of the most classic horror movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm voting Birds. They don't. Yeah, I know, but I think I got to.
Phil, what do you think my vote is?
I'm gonna say you're gonna say Killer Clowns.
Hell yeah, I am.
I figured.
Hell yeah. First DVD I ever bought was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Because I had to, because it's so good, in my opinion. It's just because of the long story I have with it. And is the wildest, most skewed ratings between Salem and I of any movie.
Salem hated that movie so much.
He sure did. It's because he only watched it the first time in 2024.
He was so pissed at you for making him watch that.
Yes, he was.
He was really upset.
2 votes for Birds. Phil, what are you going with?
Fuck. Man. The Birds, there weren't very many horror movies when I was a kid that actually scared me. The Birds made me afraid of birds for the longest time.
But birds aren't real. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're fucking they're
drones.
I get it. Yeah, but I mean, still.
That means it's just that the FBI was spying on you instead.
Yeah, they're drones the same way that the Earth is flat.
Read a book, you know.
Yeah, that's what we're going with, Phil.
Oh man. I don't want to get rid of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I really don't. But I'm going with the Birds.
Alas, poor Killer Clowns.
Like you can hear how much it hurts me to have to like.
This is the hardest debate. Like, this is the hardest decision to make that you guys have posed so far.
Well, it's funny because Killer Clowns got a bye, and it's either going to be Killer Clowns versus the Birds or versus the Haunting.
It would have beat the Haunting pretty easily.
It would have beat the Haunting for sure.
Yeah, but
easily.
It's because it went up against the Birds, which is again arguably one of the most classic horror movies ever made.
Yeah. But I said, Phil knows how I do this. I put the names in there. I hit shuffle 3 times. It's all random.
It's fucking RNG, and RNG hates it. So, I mean,
it does. All right. It might be the last one for tonight. We have Cloverfield, everyone's favorite monster that we barely see, versus Hungry. What are they? Tribbles? Or, so AKA Critters.
Hungry Tribbles. They do kind of look like fucking evil Tribbles. They do. They really do. The critters in that movie.
I mean, I'm going Critters personally because I love Critters to no end. I can rewatch it every single day and be okay with it. Nick?
I think I'm going to go Cloverfield. I'm sorry. I really like that movie, and I think like the performances in it are really good. I think it's really cool.
I'm with you on that. I think I'm going Cloverfield too. I really like that movie. There's just something about that movie that struck a nerve for me, and I enjoyed it immensely.
It's fair. It is a good movie. I think 10 Cloverfield Lane is a better movie.
I also don't disagree with that. I think 10 Cloverfield Lane was a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, and I said I'm still saying it's the best Godzilla movie America's ever made, and I'm including it in MonsterVerse.
Pacific Rim is pretty good.
It is. It's. I would have loved to have seen the crossover with the MonsterVerse and Pacific Rim.
It's a shame they never made a second one, though.
Yeah, I wish maybe one day.
If only.
You can watch Atlantic Rim instead.
I mean, technically, they made a prequel.
Nope, they
We
never
don't-
continued the franchise after Pacific Rim. They
we don't talk about it, Phil.
We're not talking about
Nope.
how somehow Finn from Star Wars made his way into into
Nope.
Pacific Rim.
Nope.
No.
And they kind of just desecrated Idris Elba's character.
Maybe that would have been interesting if they had done that in like some sort of sequel, but it's just it's too bad that never happened.
I know. All right. Well, that means Cloverfield is moving on. Critters. Good choice, Chris. All right. So to where we'll be at next week, we'll have The Cave versus The Ring, When a Stranger Calls versus The Grudge, The Birds versus Cloverfield,
Ooh.
Arachnophobia versus Tremors.
shit. Arachnophobia.
Ooh, that's a good matchup, though. That is a good matchup.
And the winner of that will go against Quiet Place.
We'll go against which one?
A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we are for the PG-13 horror films. If your favorite PG-13 horror film was not on here, it sucks to be you.
Sucks for you.
Yes. All right, Phil, show us your progress because it's time.
All right. So, in case you were not familiar with what I've been building this entire time, I have been building Yoda's hut.
Sick. I was wondering what you were doing. That is so cool.
Yeah, so that is Yoda's hut. On the inside here, it actually has like the bedroom and the cauldron and everything from like the food. Good food.
It seems like the culture might be too high for Yoda there.
Yeah, I know. I got my boy Yoda here. Dude, there is no try. And then,
Man, that's a good impression. You got that down.
oh man, I've got to go dig it up, but there is a skit that I wrote of an original character of mine meeting Yoda and just insulting Yoda. Right? He's like, "Oh man, where the hell am I now?" God, what does he say? I don't know. Oh God, what the hell are you? Resident I am of this swamp. Yes. I guess that makes sense for a little booger frog with a cane. Rude you are. Oh no. Hopeless you are. And rude. Yeah, I get that a lot. And then of course, Luke. He's washed out by the light. Let's turn that light off right there. Luke.
Yeah, hunky tank top Luke. Yeah, that's good.
Hunky tank top Luke. Concentrating because he's going to try and raise the X-Wing out of the water.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. He's pooping. We know he's pooping.
He's definitely pooping.
There is no try.
Dude, there is no try. There it goes.
All right.
Right there.
Krista, Secret Time Ghost is the scariest movie. It's when he learned that hell exists. Phil knows my scariest movie of all time. Do you remember what it is, Phil?
Hold on. One more time. You're what?
My scariest movie. Why I can think it's the scariest movie.
Showgirls.
No. The Notebook.
That's right. The Notebook.
Terrifying.
Scariest movie ever made. All right.
That is a really good answer to that question.
What about you, Nick? What's your
Scariest
favorite
movie ever?
Yeah.
Probably Hereditary, I think. Both because it's like super fucking terrifying, and it's also like a downer of a movie. Like it is such a bummer, and like it's a feel bad movie. You just will like it's great. It's so good. Acting's amazing. Justice for Toni Collette. Deserved like some sort of award recognition in there, but yeah, it's a great movie. I could talk about it forever, but so scary and such a bummer too. So
it scares Phil because he's worried there's a tiny pied mind inside of him too.
I love that Chris Chipperson Secret time. Ghost is my scariest movie.
Oh, that's what brought it up.
It's when I learned that hell exists. He watched Ghost when he was 7 and it traumatized him. Actually, I'm gonna before we do pluggables real quick, I'm gonna take a page out of Graveyard's book on one of his wrap-up questions. What is the worst horror movie ever made?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be a lazy answer, but Troll 2.
Troll 2. Great
and
movie.
And I love that movie. I've seen it probably like 20 times. Like, I love it so much. It has such like a real true like affection in my heart for Troll 2. But it's so bad. It's so much fun to watch. I've never seen the first one. Don't care about it. Don't plan to. I love that movie though. Yeah.
That's fucking great.
What's my worst horror movie of all time is The Exorcist 2.
That's a good answer.
It's horrible.
Oh man.
What yours, Phil? Just say anything you bowl and we'll move on.
Yeah, anything Uwe Boll has ever made. His entire fucking filmography is the worst horror movie ever made.
Yeah, he has millions of dollars. So, you know.
Somehow, what a guy. Like, I would love to sit down and just talk to him. Like, just ask him about himself. And
Can you tell me about all of your Danish scams that you do in order to get like your movies made?
Yeah.
I want to know his scams to make millions. Come on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just tell me how you scam the entire Danish government into giving you money to make these movies.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of amazing.
Yeah, because they're absolutely terrible, and none of them are remotely close to being like the video games that you are adapting.
No.
Yeah. It's so bad. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna end this with pluggables one more time. So Nick, one more time. Anything you want to plug right now? This is your chance. Put it out there.
For sure. No, go please back The Apostasy on Kickstarter. You can just go search The Apostasy right there. It'll be the first one we're launching on Saturday, November 1st, running for the month of November. It's going to be really great. We got a variant cover by the artist Sean Koss, but it's 48 pages, human made. We're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a fun book. So go check it out.
Absolutely. I love that about your marketing. It's like this book is 100% human made. And I'm like, that's fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's because I don't know, like fuck AI so much just in general, but like I think there can be practical uses for AI models, but art isn't one of them, and comics definitely not. So
Definitely.
Yeah, everything you see in there will have been drawn by a human, and a really talented one at that.
Love it. Graveyard, please tell everybody about everything that you've got going on, sir.
Yes, I am not 100% human made for sure.
No. He's about 75% demon
and 25% beard. Yes.
Yeah. The other it's the sentient beard that lives on his face.
It is. And I have to say, Chris saying that Bela Lugosi's Dracula was bad. How dare you, sir? How dare you? All right. So yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod at Night, Mostly podcast.
They mostly at night. Mostly.
Instead of a new episode dropping tonight, we are releasing Night of the Demons episode tomorrow on Halloween. So make sure to fill yourself up with candies. Go to Phil's house for all of your full-size candy bars, and Egg his house when you're done.
Woo!
Yes, and follow us on social media at Pod at Night. Check out Conversations in the Void. Our last special Sunday episode is happening this Sunday with our reoccurring guest Nate Price coming back to talk about Drip and all that fun stuff that's coming out. So make sure to follow us. And we are releasing more stuff on our YouTube channel to get more view hours, stuff like that. I have to record a reaction to Scream 7 trailer and why my theory of it being Stu Macher is correct, but not the final twist. So check that out.
I was wondering why you sent that. And I was like, huh. I mean, I can see that there, but yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am, your boy Young Phil, Distance Nerding. Of course, if you have something you want to discuss, tell us what you're nerding out on. Connect with us on all the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I guess we're still there for some reason, but we'll be on Twitter until the heat death the universe. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels, the beard. And of course, Jamez's glasses, sitting on a table judging you for not subscribing to Distance Nerding already. Of course, if you would like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, wish the internet would consume us completely, and send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air. Yes, that is an AOL email address, and it is a working one. With that being said, again, ladies and gentlemen, the credits are still not fixed, and I actually had time to do it today, and I didn't. So, but with that being said, as always, thanks and keep nerding together. I'd like to thank Nick Edwards again for being on the show and hanging out with us today, man. We will catch everybody on the next one.
There's no show tomorrow.
I was just going to say that. And remember, guys, we are not doing the buzzer tomorrow because it's Halloween. So, yeah, we're not doing that. But next week, we will be back with some well-released. So be ready for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us tonight. We will see everybody next week. And for those of you who are in the Sacramento area, catch you guys at Jackrabbit Brewery on Saturday for trivia between 4 to 7. We will be hosting trivia, so it's gonna be a fun time. We will see everybody then. I'm gonna say it one more time. Thanks. Keep nerding together. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.